Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel.
It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back.
Okay, today we're going to be doing a what's next. So this is a what's next in love, what's next within career, and what's next in general. Okay, so we're going to have 3 piles to choose from. Please take your time. The timestamps will be in the description. Pick whatever group you feel drawn to, okay? But in the meantime, I'm just going to talk about my personal readings. Okay, so there are 3 readings to choose from over on my website, 444empress.com. Okay, the first reading is a video message. This is like a 10-minute YouTube video that only you can see. Okay, so you'll send over your question. This can be about love, career, travel, home, friends, anything. Okay, and I will answer it within this video. Okay, my other 2 readings are 2 video calls. One is 30 minutes long and one is an hour long. Okay, please send me an email over to this email. Okay, arranging a time and date, please send over your time zone and we will get straight into that. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video of what is next. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. How are you doing? Okay, I don't know why I had the feeling to do it. How are you doing? So there might be some significance to Wendy Williams.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Or like daytime TV, like gossip. There might be some gossip in your life, or maybe you just love a bit of Wendy Williams. So maybe that's significant, but let's find out what's next within your life. So we're gonna talk about your love life, your career, and life in general. We're gonna start off with general, just see what comes up, and then we're gonna go into love and career, okay? So I feel like it's looking good, okay? I feel like there are new beginnings coming in your life, especially with the Ace of Cups bottom of the deck. So this is like the overall energy. And I feel like there's new beginnings for you. Beginnings where you're going to be feeling very satisfied, especially emotionally satisfied. Can you hear the motorbike outside? Confirmation. So there are new beginnings that's really gonna help you feel good about where you are. Maybe the chapter you're in right now or some chapters in the past. It's like, maybe you had everything. You had the money, you had the job, you had, you know, the body that you wanted. Whatever it was, it's like from the outside looking in, people may have been like, you have it all, but you were missing that one thing. And that was like just feeling complete in your heart, feeling emotionally satisfied. You could have felt very drained. You could have felt like you had to protect your heart. You could have felt like, especially with the 4 of Pentacles being here as well, you could have felt like all your energy was going into your job, going into money, going into your career, but none of that was going into yourself. So what's next for you? I feel like you're going to be investing in yourself. Okay, this new beginning will help you invest in yourself. It might not be that like you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to do like a 10-step routine and this is going to help me with my self-love. No, I feel like this next chapter you're going to will naturally help you feel more satisfied within yourself. So it's like kind of like you're going to be reaching a new level of self-love and self-satisfaction. Maybe in the past there was a lot of like people-pleasing tendencies, not putting yourself first, not listening to your intuition, but this next chapter, say goodbye to all of that. With the 3 of Wands being here, I feel like you are already planning something. This could be involving travel, this could be involving a move, this could be, for some of you guys, you could be working on like yachts, cruises, sailboats. There could be something to do with that. Maybe you could be going on a cruise ship. Maybe some of you guys are traveling via sea. I don't know. But there's something here where you already have your plan for what's next. You've already set things out. You know what you want for this next step in life. But I feel like there's a lot of energy that you have to kind of release and let go of, in the sense that like you have to trust and you have to have faith. With the Hierophant being here, I feel like some of your plans require you to just let the universe do its thing. So it might be that like you know what you want next, but you don't know how you're going to get there. So you kind of just have to let it go and let the universe do its thing. And I feel like that's the best thing for you. Let the universe take your stresses. Let the universe take your worries. And I feel like with that message being there, everything you're worrying about, everything that you're second guessing, everything that you're in your head about, it's not going to appear in this next chapter. So there could be worries about like, if you want to move, you're like, am I going to be stable? Is this going to be long term? Am I going to feel seen? Am I going to feel comfortable? Am I going to like it here? You know, I feel like there's these kind of worries. And with the Ace of Cups being here, also with the Queen of Cups being here, you don't have to worry about these things. You're going to feel so happy. And not even like happy, just so content. So like, wow, this is exactly what I've been asking for and wishing for and hoping for. So all these stresses that you have, all these worries that you have, you can release them, okay? And I've just split the deck off camera and the Devil is showing up here. So I feel like a lot of these worries are like your ego and you're trying to protect yourself. I feel like you are trying to be like realistic, but the reality here is you feeling very good. You feeling very satisfied, especially emotionally satisfied. So with the Queen of Cups also being here, you could be a water sign, you don't have to be. So that is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, I feel like you're really going to be in this energy of like receiving love, receiving money, receiving energy. I feel like in the past, like I mentioned, there could have been some people-pleasing tendencies. So you could have given a lot of yourself away, okay? But I feel like in this next chapter, first of all, you're not going to be giving yourself away. You're going to be really firm in your boundaries because you're a queen, okay? You're not a princess, you're a queen, whether you're male or female, okay? But I'm also seeing that like all the energy that you've given out, it's gonna come back to you. And I feel like you're just gonna be so, you might even cry a lot in this next chapter, especially with all this water, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. But it's not a sad cry, it's like a cry of like, wow, like I've done it. Like I've actually achieved where I want to be. I'm actually, you know, in a position that I've always been dreaming and hoping for. And I feel like your dreams and hopes aren't even too lavish and luxury. I feel like it's just about you living a good life and being protected and just enjoying, okay? And with the Magician being here, I'm seeing that within this next chapter of your life, you're going to be able to call in whatever you want, okay? And it's in the sense of like, you'll be able to manifest a lot, but also like you're gonna have enough money to be able to be like, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this. And you're still gonna be feeling stable. It's not you being irresponsible. It's you having the resources. You're gonna have enough time, you're gonna have enough money, you're gonna have enough energy. You're going to be able to create whatever it is that you want. You might be in a creative field, so this could be really like significant for you. Maybe you've been wanting a space where you can create, you can expand. Maybe you've been in some kind of like creator's block recently, so this next chapter is really going to help with that. But I'm also just seeing like you know, the Magician, you're going to wave your wand and whatever you want, you know, will appear. And that's why you're going to be feeling very, very good. And that's why you could be in this energy of like, just happy crying, because you're going to be like, wow, I'm actually in a position that I've always wanted to be in. okay? So that's what's coming in next for your life in general. Let's find out what's coming in for your love life. We do have the Ace of Cups here, which is talking about a new beginning in love. So let's see if there is someone new coming in for you, or if there's some kind of new chapter with you and someone you know, okay? Okay. First of all, I feel like I am speaking to singles. You could be newly single, maybe you've been single for a long time, okay? If you're not single, stick around for the message, okay? I feel like there could still be a lot of significance here for you. But with the Seven of Cups being here, I feel like you're going to be going on a lot of dates pretty soon, okay? Dates where you feel good. I don't think these dates are like going to be draining or taking so much from you. You hear like the really bad experiences from Hinge where they're just like, I should have never went on this app. But it's not going to be like that. I feel like especially if you're moving somewhere new, you're just going to be meeting people. You're just going to be having fun. You could even be like on, I think it's like Bumble Best Friend. So you're just going to be meeting a lot of people, putting yourself out there. Your love life isn't necessarily just significant for romance. I feel like you're going to be meeting a lot of new friends as well, and kind of sharing your time with platonic connections as well as romantic connections. I just heard some people walk past. So you could be like constantly meeting new people, constantly forming new connections, constantly going out, having fun, letting loose. It's gonna be good for you, okay? So a lot of dating and a lot of people who want to date you. I don't think you're searching for these dates. You might be on dating sites, but I don't think you're chasing these dates or searching for these dates. I feel like a lot of these people are chasing you. Because with the Queen of Wands showing up here, so we've had the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Who are you? Okay, but I feel like you're in this energy of just sitting in your throne, looking hot, you know, doing your own thing. It's like the energy of just like, I'm just gonna sit here and like file my nails, you know? So maybe like a little bit of diva energy, but it's like such good diva energy, okay? And people are gonna be really attracted to this, quite intimidated by this, but they're attracted to this. And I feel like this is the best position to be in your love life for this next chapter of like not chasing anything, doing you, being very fierce in your energy, not letting any, you know, low vibrational people, suitors come into your life, doing your own thing, and you will naturally attract people who, you know, want to show up for you, who want to be in your love life, but also involved with your love life. With the Three of Pentacles being here, I'm seeing that you will meet someone, also with the Emperor being here, and you guys could start really becoming stable within this connection. So this Emperor, this person is mature. This person could be like a business owner, they could be a CEO. If not, they could be like a boss or a manager. This person has a lot of authority, they're in a high position. This person could have children, okay, but I feel like that's more only for a message if you have children yourself or if you're a little bit older. This person could have a lot of facial hair. If they're like a woman, they can have a lot of thick hair, okay? Big curly hair, very thick, very long. Their hair is significant, okay? But this person is a boss. This is the kind of person that you have never really experienced before within dating or within your love life. Maybe you thought like these people don't exist. So when you meet this person, you will be taken back. You'll be like, and I feel like there might be parts of yourself where you're like, am I ready for this? Am I mature enough for this? Can I handle this? But that's why I see you guys just taking things slowly and building things slowly so that things can be more secure. You can feel safe in this. And this person will want you to feel safe. If you don't want to rush things, they won't be rushing things. And honestly, I don't think they'll be rushing things anyway. But it's like, you and this person could be going long term. This might actually be someone that you meet through work, or it could be like a friend of yours is like, oh, I work with this person, you should meet them. Like, I feel like you guys would get along. So there could definitely be someone new coming in, but I feel like at first you will just be exploring your options. You will be enjoying this energy of like people giving you a lot of attention, okay? So let's now move on to what's next within your career. So we are starting off strong. We have the 10 of Pentacles here. You're about to be making a lot of money. There could be some kind of promotion coming in. There could be some kind of new job offer. You could be getting accepted by a job. There's just something here where you're going to be getting paid a lot, to the point where you can save. Maybe you're in a position where you're wanting to save, you're wanting to kind of plan ahead for the future, maybe you're wanting to buy a house, okay? But you're about to be making good money. And again, the Magician has showed up for your career. So like I was saying before, you being able to buy whatever you want, do whatever you want, it's due to this new position within your career. Okay, maybe this isn't new. Maybe you've been working towards this for a very long time, and I'm seeing what's next is you reaping the rewards of your hard work. Okay, so this is looking really positive. However, there's always a however in there. We do have the 10 of Swords. So, oh my God, and I just saw a fly sat on my camera. And what I was gonna, get away. What I was gonna say is that there could be some bad vibes with some of the people you work with like maybe your contract, maybe even evil eye. It might not necessarily be the people you work with. Due to you being in this financial position of being extremely stable, being more than stable, making good money, being wealthy, being rich, being able to do, spend, go wherever you want, you're gonna have some eyes on you, okay? So with the 10 of Swords being here, you need to watch out for any kind of envious energy, for any sneaky energy. People are not gonna be happy about you being in this position. This may have been people who, is it undermined you? Is that the word? Who would always put you down, would always say, you're not gonna be rich. Come on now, you're not gonna be buying a house by the end of this year. Be realistic. This could be some family members. Like I said, this could be co-workers. This could just be people from your past. And it's like, these people, do you see how this cup is being offered? They always knew that you were going to be blessed. They always knew the universe was going to bless you. But it's like they didn't want you to know that. So they would always try and knock you down, always try and like knock your confidence. They didn't want you to believe in yourself. They didn't want you to believe in your dreams. So now you're in a position where you're in a very good financial position, okay? Very wealthy, making a lot of money. If you guys have your own business, expect to have a lot of clientele, a lot of new clients, a lot of loyal clients, okay? But it's like these people are not happy about you being in this position. So as much as you're going to be feeling really, really proud of yourself, very satisfied with the position you're in, you also need to protect yourself. You might need to cut some people off. You might need to set stronger boundaries. You might even need to ignore some people, okay? Ignore some people, ignoring what they're saying, ignoring what they're doing, because it could lead to people backstabbing you. It could lead to people using you. It could lead to people draining you, especially if you're coming into big money. If you've had people in the past trying to put you down and now all of a sudden they're coming in and saying, I've always believed in you, I always knew you could do it. Be careful of these people because they want your blessings. And it's not that they want your blessings. It's not that they want a share of your blessings. They want your blessings. They want to take it from you. So be careful, okay? But pile one, that was your reading. I'm actually going to pull one oracle card for you. This is from the Romance Angels. Let's just see what they say. What's next for pile one? Ooh, okay. So stay optimistic about your love life. But this is talking about in general, okay? So stay optimistic. And we also have trust bottom of the deck. So like I was saying, have trust in the universe. Give up Like, surrender your worries, surrender anything that is just nitpicking at you at the moment. Stay optimistic, especially when it comes to your career. Okay, there's a lot of good things coming in for you, and I feel like better than you expect. So hand any fear that you have over to the universe, give it up, stay light, stay positive, because you're about to be extremely satisfied. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, Power One. I hope you have the most amazing evening. And if you would like a personal reading, then go over to my website. The link will be in my description. Okay, thank you so much. Hey Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Okay, we're gonna find out what is next within your life. What is next within your life in general, within your love life and career. Okay, so we're gonna start off with what's next within your life in general. Let's just get straight into it. Okay. So, yes, bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. I feel like something very dramatic and chaotic just happened in your life. You could be going through this in the present moment, or it could have just been in your recent past. For a lot of you guys, I'm seeing this as a breakup, something falling apart. I feel like something that was not built off of strong foundation. I'm sorry. But this could also be like you leaving a job, you leaving a place, you having an argument with like family members. There's something falling apart here. I'm also seeing the Page of Swords and Death underneath. So some kind of ending that was very dramatic. It could have ended in an argument, definitely not on good terms, and it could have shaken your inner world. Maybe you're still feeling quite weak due to this happening. So we have the Two of Cups here, and we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like what's happening in your life in general is learning how to kind of live on your own again. Maybe you were with this person very long term, like you were with each other for a really long time. For some of you guys, it could have been like 10 to 15 years. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like you could have been living with this person. You could have had a routine with this person. Like, they were in your life, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, it was you were set on like, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have children, this is my person, this is how it is. So when this Tower happened, it changed your life. Like, you might be sat there and thinking, this is dramatic, but this is dramatic. Like, I feel like you're learning how to be independent again. You're learning how to live on your own again. Maybe you've never lived on your own. Maybe you've never been fully independent. So this next chapter is you learning to do that, okay? Learning what you like, learning, you know, who you are as an individual. The Six of Swords is a really good indication though. It's telling me that you're moving into calmer waters, you're moving into peace. So I feel like this relationship could have been bringing you a lot of stress. At first, it could have been great. You guys could have had a really great connection, really seeing eye to eye. For some of you guys, maybe you couldn't break up with this person due to not being able to afford a breakup. Like, you couldn't actually afford to be on your own, and now you're in a position where you can. So actually, I feel like it kind of feels like a relief now. It feels like a weight lifted off of you. Maybe you were asking the universe for a long time, like, please, I need my own space, I need to be on my own. And it's like, finally you get to be your own person. Okay, if this has not got to do with your love life, if this has got to do with like you quitting your job, you having an argument with certain family members, certain friends, leaving a friendship, leaving a connection, the same applies. I feel like you could have been at this job for a long time and it became a part of your identity, and now you're learning to be without this job. You might actually be focusing more on a business or focusing on something that's more independent. It might even be just like having more time to yourself. Maybe you don't want to work for a while because you've been working for a long time. If this was a friendship, again, it's you learning to put yourself out there again, be more independent, okay? So the King of Swords does talk about someone standing in their independent energy and standing strong in that. Maybe that's confirmation. I don't know if you guys can hear the background, but it's like this king, they're strong, they're independent, they have strong boundaries. So by you walking into calmer waters, into peace, I feel like it's also you, you know, knowing what you deserve, knowing your worth, knowing your value. Your voice in this next chapter in your life is going to hold a lot of power. I feel like it always has, but due to maybe people taking advantage of you, maybe this relationship taking advantage of you, this job taking advantage of you, you've kind of been silenced. But this next chapter of your life, you're not going to be silent anymore. I feel like you're not going to shut up. Okay, no, it's a good thing. But yeah, your voice is going to be very powerful, and I feel like some of these people, or this person, or this job from your past is going to be afraid. They're going to be afraid of your voice because you're not going to care anymore. You're going to say it how it is, okay? And with the Six of Pentacles being here, this talks about like a give and take. So I feel like you're going to be feeling more balanced within yourself. And this could bring some like financial blessings into your life, just more like financial stability into your life. But I see you only having time and energy for people who have time and energy for you. Like, you're surrounding yourself with people who match your energy. You're surrounding yourself with people who are balanced, with people who you want to be. I feel like in the past you were surrounded by people who like didn't care about themselves, were disrespectful, who didn't have a lot of class. Whereas now you could be like, I want to surround myself with people who are authentic and good people. And you might be like, I find it very hard to be authentic myself, but that's my goal, so I want to be around these people. So I'm seeing you surrounding yourself with good people and definitely cutting off people who cannot match your energy. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing coming into your life next in general. Obviously, we touched a little bit on love or career, but now let's talk about your love life. So, if you have just experienced a breakup, I feel like you are just going to be finding your feet again. There's no need to rush into anything new, and actually, they don't want you to rush into anything new. With the Three of Pentacles being here, I think this also showed up for pile 1. I feel like you're just going to be surrounding yourself with people who, like I was saying before, can match your energy, can match your vibe. These people are like very hardworking. You guys, like with these people, you might collaborate on something, some kind of project. Maybe you'll actually be focusing on your professional relationships, okay? So it might be, when it comes to your love life, you might be focusing more on your platonic connections rather than romantic connections. I actually see you being very closed off to romantic connections with the Eight of Swords being here. There could be a lot that you need to process from the past. There could be like a lot of trauma, a lot of anxiety from the past that you just need to process. Okay, I feel like it's really good for you not to jump into anything right now. So I do see you connecting on more platonic or professional relationships. You could actually be collaborating with someone within your work, like professionally. This could be like a business. This could just be like a work partner, finding a new work partner. Maybe you recently left an old collaboration. Maybe you had some kind of partnership with someone within a business, things did not go well. Maybe you found out this person was not putting in as much energy, was just fake, okay? So you could actually be calling in someone new to work with, but it's good to take your time, okay? Take your time with this and be okay with being independent. Like I was saying before, like that King of Swords energy, be okay with like working with yourself, whether that's internally or whether that's literally within your professional life. Okay, and again, with the Eight of Pentacles, I just see you working on yourself, working on your mental health, working on maybe even your physical health as well. Do you see that person's back? Like, that's a strong back. So you could be like gaining, going to the gym more, focusing on your body. You might have some body goals that you would like to achieve. And with the High Priestess here, I see you trusting yourself more, trusting your intuition more. Maybe a lot of you guys, you might beat yourself up when it comes to the past, for not trusting your intuition. So I'm seeing you even with the smallest of things of like, what direction should I walk in? You just trusting your gut. And then it's like all of a sudden you've just found money on the floor, or you've stumbled across some band on the street or some block party, something so random like that. And that's just going to show you and confirm to you, like, trust your intuition. You know, you're going to see that you're being blessed and just going in the right direction by trusting your intuition. So what's next in your love life? I see that there are some collaborations coming in, but it's not romantic. And I feel like this will help with your self-love as well. It will help kind of pick you back up. But I do see that there could be some anxiety, some fears when it comes to the past, especially if you just experienced a breakup. So just being very kind to yourself, very patient with yourself. I feel like working on your physical will work on your mental, but you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to do too much. Just be kind to yourself in this next chapter and trust your intuition. These are the things. So I feel like this is more about self-love. This is more about just being patient with yourself, being kind with yourself, and really giving yourself the time that you need. Okay, so let's find out what's next when it comes to your career. So I do see that you could be starting again, starting from the bottom. Obviously, in the general reading, it said that something could have fallen apart. Maybe you quit your job, maybe you got fired. If that's the case, if it wasn't linked with your love life, I'm seeing you just starting again. You might feel very nervous or frustrated by having to start again, but actually it's welcoming all this new energy and all this space to be who you want within your career. I hope that makes sense. Like, because you're starting again, because you're starting from scratch, your canvas is blank again, so you can put anything onto it. You can literally fill it up. Okay, so with the Queen of Wands being here, I'm seeing you having this fiery, passionate energy when it comes to what's next within your career, which is amazing, okay? Especially if the possibilities are endless and you're kind of just starting again. So right now you might not have a job. Right now you might have just got a new job, and obviously you're gonna have to start all over again. But it's like you're in a position where, okay, you might be a little bit frustrated, you might be a little bit nervous, but you have this fire and you have this kick in you. And I feel like that's something that you were lacking in the past. So actually see this as a positive, see this as a blessing that things did not work out and you're having to start again, because it's given you this energy again, it's given you this oomph again, which I feel like you really needed, okay? And this is really gonna help if you've been feeling low and down and out, because it's gonna give you that spark, it's gonna give you that energy. With the Nine of Wands being here, this could talk about like you being a little bit nervous, you maybe being a little bit shy, being a little bit closed off, like especially if you're starting a new job, or maybe you don't have a job, and that could be creating some fears of like, I need to pay rent, I need to, you know. But I see you fighting for this. I see you, because you have this passion, because you have this energy, I'm not seeing you giving up. I'm not seeing you being like, I can't do it, you know, I need to go back to my old job. No, we don't go back to toxicity. We don't go back to toxic jobs. Okay, but I do see you having that fire, that oomph. You're gonna fight for this, okay? But for some of you guys, you could actually be, I was also saying this in Power 1, you could be in a creative field, which may mean that you have to kind of fight for it more. Maybe what you do isn't necessarily like well known, or there's not a lot of like opportunities for you. Maybe you have to make these opportunities yourself, which is really great because you're the boss. What says goes. You have control of what you're doing. You're bringing something niche in, something new in, but at the same time, like, it can be difficult, you know? It can be hard. You have to be on it, you know? But I do see you fighting for this. With the Three of Swords being here, there's one of two things here. If you have just experienced some kind of breakup or some kind of loss, this could definitely affect you. and it could leak into your career. You could be constantly thinking about this. You could be at work, you know, thinking about this breakup, not being able to kind of shake it off of you. But the good thing here is put this energy, put this pain, put this heartbreak into your career, especially if you're a creative. Like if you're an artist, put your pain into your art. Okay, that's going to be the secret. That's going to be the key. And it's not like, okay, now I always have to be sad to create something. No, it's about you being vulnerable, and it's about you, you know, putting your vulnerability into your art. That is what you've been needing. That is the energy that you've been needing. And it might sound bad because it's like, well, has the universe really made me heartbroken so that I can create a new song or paint something new? Low-key, yes, okay, but you're gonna look back and be like, thank God. Especially if you are like into music, okay, if you're like a music artist, at first this heartbreak or just this pain, this grief could have been like, damn, like this was heavy, this was hard, but actually you're gonna be like, this is a bop. I've just created a really good song now, so thank you. You know, something along the lines of that. It doesn't have to be music, but whatever applies to you, it's like you're going to be able to create some really good content, some really good material. Okay, even if like you work in an office, I feel like you kind of putting your pain into this work of like, do you know what? I'm just going to focus. I'm just going to get my work done. I'm just going to like put any kind of pain into my work. It's really going to help. It's going to give you that energy again. And with the Page of Wands being here, I'm seeing you, again, having enthusiasm for your job. Maybe in the past, like you just lost your passion, you lost your enthusiasm, you were just so done. It was like clocking into your job and it's like you're a zombie and you're just watching the clock. No, I feel like you're gonna have that energy again. The page can talk about like a young energy. So of course, like children have a lot of energy. They're bouncing off the walls. And I feel like that could be the energy you're in when it comes to your career. I'm seeing a lot of freedom when it comes to your career, a lot of like creative freedom. You being able to be very vulnerable when it comes to your career. And this is what will help you, okay? With the Empress reversed, sorry, not reversed, bottom of the deck, this talks also about creating something, so this could definitely be significant. What is it, like the left side of your brain? Like you could be more active with the left side of the brain, is that what you say? But I'm seeing that if you stay consistent in this energy of being passionate and being open, like being vulnerable when it comes to your creation, you're going to receive a lot. And when I say receive a lot, it could be receiving a lot of money, receiving a lot of praise. You're going to be in this feminine energy of like people seeing you, people finally seeing your worth, people finally seeing your value, okay? And then you're going to be like, okay, it was worth it. So that was your reading about what's next in general, what's next in love, what's next in your career. I'm going to pull one oracle deck for you. Sorry, one oracle card from the Romance Angels deck. What's next? Okay, so we have, this could be the one. I feel like, so this is like a romance deck, but I feel like in this case, it's saying that like, especially when it comes to your career, that like, this is the energy that you needed. This was the kick that you needed. You kind of needed to crash down in order to just skyrocket, okay? And it's like, you could already be doing pretty well for yourself. You could already be pretty successful, but this is going to take you off, take you to new heights. This could be the one, okay? For a lot of you guys, I feel like your love life is gonna be more chill. It's gonna be more tranquilo, okay? But when it comes to your creative ideas, this could be the one. This could be the one that takes you to places, that puts you in rooms that you could never even imagine to be in, okay? So, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have the most amazing week, weekend, life, Okay, I hope you channel your pain into your creative work. If you would like a personal reading, then you can go over to my website. I will leave a link in my description. And yeah, bye. Hey Power Free, welcome to your reading. We're gonna find out what's next in life in general, what's next for love, and what's next for your career. Let's just get straight into it, okay? Children could be significant for some of you guys. Maybe you have children, maybe you work with children, maybe you're pregnant, maybe there could be a pregnancy. Okay, but that's just what I'm picking up on intuitively. But let's find out what's next within your life in general. So, I'm seeing you step into more power, step into more authority, okay? With the King of Pentacles being here, you could really be coming into a position where you feel very financially secure. You feel very secure within yourself. You feel very grounded. You could actually be providing for multiple people, so that could fall into having children, okay? But it's also just like being able to show up for not only yourself, but other people. And I'm seeing that people will really value you and listen to you. So this could have been something that you struggled with in the past. Maybe people did not value what you had to say. People did not listen to you. This could even be your children, okay? And it was just very frustrating to go through this. But this next chapter, people are going to listen. You're stepping into this new energy of power. And this could be because of your finances. Like, you could be stepping into a better financial position, which will help you feel more stable and help you feel more confident. So this King of Pentacles could actually be talking about things with your finances taking a really positive turn. You could have even like invested in something that's about to do very well for you. Like, maybe you've invested in property, maybe you've invested in stocks, maybe you bought a property for yourself and you're starting to rent it out, okay? There's something here that's gonna start working. The gears are gonna start turning. It could have been like an investment you made a long time ago and you kind of forgot about it and you thought nothing's really gonna happen, but stuff's gonna start moving, okay? So with the Six of Pentacles being here, you're gonna start receiving a lot more money, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it's like you're going to feel like the money you're receiving, the blessings you're receiving, the kind of reaction you're receiving is more positive, okay? I feel like you're gonna just feel more balanced within yourself. Like, I don't know if you see here on the Six of Pentacles, we have like the scales of justice. So it might even be that you're going to win some kind of legal battle, some kind of court case, which will help you maybe gain financially, but also feel more powerful, you know? And maybe that links in actually with people not listening to you in the past, people not valuing in the past. Maybe that's why you ended up in this legal battle. So it's like, you're gonna be sitting in your power. Especially with the Emperor being here, like it's like 0 F's given, okay? No bullshit, okay? You're really gonna be in that energy of like, I'm done with that energy of not being valued, of not being seen, of not being respected. Some people could be quite scared of you, okay? But I'm not seeing that like you're going to be scary. I'm just seeing you standing in your authority and in your power. With the Six of Cups being here, there's a few messages here, but I feel like it's 1 or 2. If you have children, they're gonna start listening to you. Maybe this is something that you kind of struggled with before, of them kind of running the show and you're in the background. No, not anymore. These people are going to start listening to you. This could like be within your work. So maybe you work with children and these people are going to start listening to you as well. You might not even work with children. You might just work with people who are immature, or you might just be around people who are immature. And I feel like they're going to start knowing your place in their lives, like knowing that actually they shouldn't F around with you and knowing that they shouldn't try and just push you around because you have a lot of authority, and actually you could be really highly favored in the spiritual world. Like, you could have a lot of power in the spiritual world, and you're going to start seeing that within the physical world, and other people are going to start seeing that as well. It could even be that you're wanting to become a parent very soon, especially with the Emperor energy here as well. This can talk about a father. And you stepping into your power, you stepping into your worth, it's going to help align to you having children, because it's like you wouldn't have been able to be the parent you want to be before doing that, if that makes sense. So what's next within your life? I'm seeing you maybe winning something, winning some kind of legal battle. I'm seeing you becoming more financially secure. There could be some investments from the past that are going to start giving back to you. It might not even be financial investments. It might just be like confirmation. It might be investments that you made with your energy. Okay. It's going to start giving back to you. Okay. You're going to feel very, very powerful, very strong. And it's not that you're gonna, it won't get to your head. I'm seeing you staying very humble. But it's like, finally, people are gonna start seeing you for who you are and treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. So let's move on to your love life. What is next in love? I think the Queen of Wands has came out for every single pile when it comes to love. I mean, she's definitely come out for every single pile. When it comes to love, okay, if you're not currently with someone, I see that you could be meeting like the one. Okay, you could be meeting someone who's going to be in your life for a really long time. With the Ace of Pentacles being here, so the aces represent new beginnings, and we also have the Ace of Swords, so we have an 11 there. This is someone completely new. I don't see this being someone from the past. I don't see this being someone coming back around. This is someone completely new. Okay? This person will come in recognizing your worth, recognizing your value, and wanting to match that. Like, what they come in to offer will be something worth your time, worth your energy, worth your money. Okay, I don't see you spending a lot on this person. This person could honestly be spending a lot on you. They might even come in with a lot of flowers. Like, when you first meet them, they could arrive on like a date or to your place or wherever you are with flowers. And I feel like, okay, flowers, it's very basic for dating. You know, you arrive with flowers, but it's like this person doesn't care if they know you or not. They want to arrive in a good vibe, showing you that you deserve flowers, showing you with like, this is how I show up for people. You know, this person doesn't mess around. And it's like, this pentacle is something very solid. It's something very long term. This person will want something very long term. Okay, and I feel like you're ready for this. Maybe in the past you had a phase of like, not fully being ready, not fully being open, maybe having a lot that you needed to process due to maybe like childhood, patterns, people not treating you right. We have the Five of Pentacles bottom of the deck. So there could have been a lot of rejection, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disappointment. This person will not disappoint. Okay, honestly, you could have high expectations with this person and they will still exceed them. Okay. With the Knight of Cups being here, this person's really romantic and they are coming in with a love offer. So this is someone new in your life. Maybe you've never met this person before, or maybe you've like just started to get to know them. Honestly, maximum, maybe you've known this person for 6 months. Okay, this isn't someone that's been in your life for a long time. And this person, they're gonna be really loud about their love for you. They don't hide this. Maybe in the past you had people who were really secretive and it's because they had loads of options and, I can't post you on my social media because I just don't do that. No, this person's not like that. This person will scream scream to the world that they're in love with you. And I feel like they could actually fall in love pretty quickly. I don't think they want to move quickly. They will want to take things slowly, but they're going to fall in love really quickly. And I feel like you're going to know this. With the Ace of Swords being here, this person is really good with communicating. This person's very honest. This person's reliable. Okay, and not only will they be a partner to you, but I feel like they're going to be someone that you can confide in. They're going to be a friend. They're going to be someone really solid in your life. And honestly, even if you guys don't last romantically, this person could be a friend. Confirmation? This person could be someone who's in your life for a really long time. And you might be thinking like, I'm not friends with my exes, but that's because your exes were giving you this Five of Pentacles energy in the past. It's like this person is a friend for life. Seriously, this person is someone who you will be able to rely on for a very long time. You will never feel lonely. Sorry about any background noise. Honestly, I feel like some of your people from your past could be coming back in, especially when they see you with this person. People who left you out in the cold, who made you feel more lonely in relationships, they will be coming back around, okay? Especially when they see you with this person. But this person, they hate the thought of making you feel lonely within a relationship. They hate the thought of abandoning you. This is not something that would ever cross their mind, okay? And with the Queen of Wands being here, you're gonna feel so sexy. You're gonna feel so good. Maybe it's been a long time since you felt very like confident and very sexy and like, do you know what, I'm gonna wear that dress, I'm gonna wear that suit, I'm gonna wear that outfit. This person is really going to love your body, and it's not just about your body, okay? But you're this person's type. I feel like it could be vice versa as well, but wow, you're really gonna turn this person on and they're really gonna turn you on as well. So even your like sex life could be improving with this person as well. Tick, 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 tick. And actually we have Pentacles, Cups, Swords, Wands. So I feel like when it comes to your love life, you're going to be feeling very satisfied, very complete, feeling like all the boxes have been ticked. So your love life is looking very good in this next chapter. I'm very happy. Right, let's find out what's next within your career. Ooh, okay. I feel like every area of your life is looking very good. However, we do have a warning here. I think this was the same for pile 1 as well. But when it comes to your career, obviously you could be receiving more financial blessings due to some investments that you've made. And people are gonna see this. People are gonna notice this. This is the same message within pile 1 as well. But with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords, there could be a lot of jealousy surrounding you. A lot of evil eye, a lot of bad vibes. There could be people who won't be happy with your financial blessings, okay? When it comes to your career in general, I'm seeing you maintaining balance. I'm seeing you kind of learning how to manage your finances. I feel like things are going to be very good apart from some of these people around you. So it could be jealous co-workers, it could be jealous family members, it could be people constantly trying to put you down, constantly trying to stop you. Also be aware of maybe someone like a neighbor. That's only a message for people who have already had problems with their neighbors. If you don't have problems with your neighbors, then you know, you don't have to take that message. But if you've been having problems with your neighbors, if they start seeing that like you've bought a new car or you've like changed your style, like if they start seeing that your finances are improving, like having a renovation on your house, there could be a lot of evil eye from them. So I would just say you need to spiritually protect yourself. At the end of the day, what are you going to do? Like, you're not going to move out because of these people. You might have a really nice home for yourself if you've been wanting to move there. Maybe this is your sign. But I feel like a lot of spiritual protection is needed, okay? Cleansing your energy, cleansing your space, maybe even crystals. If you have a home, maybe even buying like big crystals you see and putting it in a corner of your room, cleansing these crystals. Also, working with the moon might help. I feel like some of you guys might need to take a trip away as well. With the Two of Wands being here, do you see how she's holding the globe? I feel like you might need to kind of just log off for a bit, log off from the world, and kind of get away from these jealous energies. Okay, but with Temperance being here, like I said, when it comes to your career, apart from this message and this warning, I feel like you will just be maintaining balance, finding a good routine for yourself. Obviously, if you're starting to make good money, it's like, okay, I've leveled up. How am I going to maintain this? How am I going to feel secure within this, balanced within this? I just see you finding like a good routine for yourself, and actually being able to add new things into your life. So you may become more healthy due to you investing in better food. You may become more like satisfied in life by taking loads of trips away. Like you might even travel a lot as well. But with the Wheel of Fortune being here, I'm starting to see things falling in your favor. You're going to feel really lucky when it comes to your career. Obviously, like I said before, you're going to be seeing a lot of your investments starting to pay off. But I feel like it's much bigger than you even expect. Okay, maybe you set yourself like a time. Do you see the timer there? Like a time frame, a time limit. Maybe you said to yourself, if these investments haven't been made in this amount of time, then, and it could be like the last day. Sorry about any background noise. It could be the last day of this time frame you have for yourself, and boom, that's when all these finances coming in. That's when all these blessings start rushing in, and you're going to be like, the universe works in mysterious ways. But there's a lot of luck on your side when it comes to your career. There's a lot of things that are just going to start falling into place, and the ball is going to be rolling. Once you've made one good financial decision, the next one is made, the next one is made, the next one is made, and all of a sudden it's just a wheel that keeps on running and keeps on turning. So right now, this next chapter of your career could really set you off for life. It could be a very good and secure time for you. So that was your reading. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you from the Romance Angels deck. What is next? Keep an open mind. Okay. I feel like this could be just talking about how your expectations are going to not only be met, but be much better. Like this next chapter of your life is going to be much better than you ever expected. So be open. I feel like actually you could be a dreamer. You could be someone who daydreams a lot, but even your daydreams, there could be limits to these daydreams. I can't daydream about being super rich because I'm not going to be super rich. No. Okay. Yeah, the possibilities are endless, especially when it comes to your life. Okay. Really keep an open mind. Things are about to get really good for you, okay? But also protect yourself, protect your energy, because things are going to start getting good, so you're going to have a lot of eyes on you. So yeah, that was your reading, part 3. Thank you so much. I hope you have the most amazing evening. If you would like a personal reading from me, please go over to my website. The link will be in my description. Thank you so much. Bye.